You ever have one of those days where your doorbell rings and you just know it's the beginning of trouble? That was me, middle of a lazy afternoon. 3:45 on the dot. Way too late for any delivery. That matters too early for dinner. And my gut's telling me, buddy, you're about to have a day. I peek through the crack, and there they are. 3 strangers in suits, all stiff smiles and shiny briefcases like they walk straight out of some budget spy movie. Right off, I thought these guys aren't from around here. Their grins were so rehearsed you'd think they took classes in looking harmless while scamming your neighbors. Good afternoon, the guy in the middle says, voice so smooth you could slip on it. We're here on behalf of the Homeowners Association. The community pool's under new management, and we need to seize control immediately. Seize control of the pool. I'm not sure whether to laugh or slam the door, but all I manage is, excuse me. The guy's smile doesn't even twitch. We've been authorized to take control of the property. The board's voted to transfer management. You'll be required to vacate the premises. I swear my blood ran cold. And not just from the words, they were so confident it almost sounded real. Now, I helped write the rules for that pool. I know the process. The HOA's never done anything behind closed doors in the 10 years I've lived here. This whole thing smells fishy, so I say, I'm afraid you're mistaken. I'm on the HOA committee. You don't have authority here. The guy's grin turns into something sharper, more shark than neighbor. We'll see about that. At that point, something inside me just snapped. I'm not the type to get walked over, especially not when someone's trying to take what we built together in this neighborhood. You ever had someone try to steamroll you, pretend like they know your life better than you do? That's when you find out what you're made of. I've always believed a neighborhood's only as good as the folks who care enough to stand up for it. My name's Jake Thompson, and for me this block isn't just a place to sleep. It's home. I bought in when I barely knew what I wanted in life. The place isn't fancy, but it's where Sarah and I raised our kids, sweated through summers, put in garden beds, hosted barbecues, you name it. The pool, though, that's our hub. It's where my kids learn to swim, where I've handed out too many overcooked hot dogs at the 4th of July where we all meet up after work. I ran for the committee because I wanted to make sure that place stayed for everyone, not just a select few. So yeah, I'm not about to let some strangers who clearly got lost on their way to a timeshare scam waltz in and start laying down fake laws. The first thing I do, call Sarah. Something's off. I tell her, pacing the kitchen, those guys aren't real. No paperwork, no IDs, just empty threats. She's concerned, but I'm already halfway out the door, digging through every HOA record I own. Wouldn't you know it, the last few months' minutes are missing. Meeting records, board votes, budgets, all vanished. I get this sinking feeling someone's trying to cover their tracks. I head to City Hall the next morning. The records lady there is polite, but even she looks puzzled. Here's the latest folder, she says, handing over a set of documents, so thin you'd think nothing's happened here all year. The signatures are all wrong and dates don't line up. It looks like the pool has been reassigned to a private contractor, but not through any official vote. Now I'm steaming. I need backup, so I swing by Dave's place. He's been here since before the internet. Over coffee, he leans in, says, "You're right to be suspicious. There's been talk, but nothing official. Some of the board's been whispering about letting a private company take over, but it never went to a public vote." That's when it hits me. It's not just a misunderstanding. This is a scam, and someone's using the HOA as a cover. By the time the 3 agents come back, I'm ready. I've got every piece of paper, every email, every sticky note showing their story is hot garbage. Here's the proof, I say, laying it out on the table while they try to look intimidating. They shuffle their fake documents and keep insisting they're just following orders. But when I threaten to call the police, their confidence cracks. Agent Roberts gives me one last icy glare. "This isn't over, Mr. Thompson. You'll regret this." "Sure, pal." I watched them slink off, feeling the adrenaline finally ebb. But let's be real, I knew this wasn't finished. Someone was pulling their strings, and unless we cut the head off this little operation, it'd just pop up again. So I start knocking on doors, Lisa and Mark first, then the Johnsons, then Sarah's friend Jenna. Turns out I'm not the only one who's been harassed, fined, or ignored by Karen, our so-called HOA president. Mark's been getting fines for unapproved mailbox paint. Lisa's had run-ins over garden gnomes. Jenna's been stonewalled for months. With enough folks riled up, we organize a meeting at the community center. The place is packed, more people than we've ever had for any HOA event, and for once everyone's on the same side. I lay out everything. The missing money, the forged signatures, the fake meeting minutes, gasps all around. Even Miss Patterson, who never says a word, pipes up, "I knew something was off." The room shifts, suspicion turns to anger, and for the first time, people are ready to take their neighborhood back. The fake agents show up one last time trying to bluff their way out, but nobody's buying it anymore. Mark stands up, voice shaking the rafters. "You're not going to get away with this. This is our home." The room erupts, folks shouting, demanding answers, Karen shrinking in her seat. It's not just about the pool anymore. It's about power, trust, and the right to not get steamrolled by crooks hiding behind a clipboard. After that night, things change. Karen resigns, forced out by unanimous demand. The air in the neighborhood is lighter, like we all finally exhaled. People who'd barely waved before are now stopping to chat at the mailbox. Lisa brings over cookies. Mark's grilling again. We start talking about how to fix the HOA for good open meetings, transparent votes, regular town halls, an actual email address where folks get a reply. We make it so no one person can ever run the show behind closed doors again. Fast forward a few weeks and suddenly I'm the new HOA president. Yeah, I know, I can't believe it either. We overhaul the whole system. Every vote's public. Every decision gets community input. The pool's officially back in the hands of the people. The next big thing, a neighborhood pool party, kids. Splashing neighbors laughing, the smell of barbecue in the air. The pool that almost got stolen is now a symbol of what we did together. Standing by the water, watching the sun dip behind the trees, I feel a sense of pride I didn't know I had. It wasn't about being right. It was about everyone here finding their voice, learning that sometimes all it takes is one person standing up to make a difference, and then another and another until suddenly you're not alone at all. You ever face something like that? Ever have to fight for what's right, even when the odds were stacked against you? Maybe it was your HOA, maybe something else entirely. How did you handle it? What did you learn about yourself? Drop your story in the comments. Let's talk about it. And hey, if this story hit home for you, hit that subscribe, share your thoughts. And remember, we're all neighbors in this together. Sometimes justice starts with just one person saying enough.